Hello there, Star Wars toy fans. This is Jim. I hope you all are doing well. Well, this video comes at the request of one of the fans of this channel, and so I'm very honored to be able to put this video together for you today. And that is the vintage Millennium Falcon made by Kenner. Now, this is not going to be a short video. I'm going to warn you with that because I have a special attachment to this vehicle. So here's the story. This is one of the few vintage Star Wars toys that I actually purchased with my own money. Most were gifts from family, mostly my parents or my grandmother, but this I saved up, I don't know, months and months in order to purchase this vehicle. Now, my mom would give me $10 a month allowance, which in 1980 was pretty good for a kid. But half of that had to go into savings, and then a tenth of that had to go as a church tithe. So that left me with $4 per month. And that wasn't always on myself. I had to save up for Christmas gifts, birthday gifts for brothers, for other family members, for cousins. And then when I got into junior high, of course, 7th grade, I had to buy my own school supplies. Now, I would get money now and then for some birthdays and for Christmas, but otherwise, it was just that allowance. So you can figure $4 saved, having to spread out amongst all those different gifts and things. It took a long, long time. And this vehicle was close to $30, if not $30, including tax. So let's take a look at the price tag on the box. So here we see $28.97. And I purchased that at Jafco, which is incidentally no longer in business. Well, we'll go ahead and do an unboxing of the vehicle after we take a look at the box itself. So here you see the kid playing with the Millennium Falcon. There's the back side. Looks like I colored part of the face and then stopped for whatever reason. Here's the side here of that end cap. See, printed with pride by Reagan Smith. And then the other side has colored play features. Pretty faded. You can see I cut out the proof of purchase seal to get whatever I wanted at the time. This was the side that probably was exposed to the sunlight. I would keep all my boxes stored in one of the barns where I lived or where I grew up. So we'll open this up. Still has the original packaging here, cardboard. And we'll pull out the Falcon. And this is where I keep it because I don't have a lot of display room at my house. It gets kept in the box. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open this up, take out some of the accessories here, and I'll get it put together for you. So here are the instructions to it. Shows you how to put in the landing gear, the ramp, and all the various pieces. From the false floor to the game table, the lightsaber ball, rod and string, snapping in the seat, the radar dish, and the cannon. You open that up, shows you where to put the stickers, which I do still have the sticker sheet. Here's the sticker sheet from it. And it shows you all the various things, where things go, the cockpit decals and so forth. And there's the back side in case you're wondering. And so it shows you where to put the batteries. Takes 2 C batteries, which we'll put in a moment. Page 3 shows the assembly of the landing gear, the cannon, glass there, the guns, and then the radar dish. Turn it over. And then, of course, we have the game table where Chewbacca played with R2-D2. And then putting the struts into the ramp, the lightsaber ball. And then it shows you the action features that you can do. You can see I did a little bit of coloring inside here. And then, of course, you know, it has Kenner's policy of replacing whatever is missing in your set should you lose it, which is really awesome. I took advantage of that twice. But that's pretty much it. Just pretty much a 3-page spread, front and back. Now let's take a look at the vehicle. for those of you new to my channel, you may be surprised that I still have all this stuff. And I really have to credit my mom for saving, actually getting my brothers and I to save our Star Wars boxes and instructions and everything else that goes with it. And of course, I was a very organized kid, and so that was just even more fun for me. And I kept everything in a binder. You may have noticed the hole punch there. Now I keep them in sleeves, but that's where I keep all my instructions, and I can peruse through them and enjoy them and then share them with my son and so forth. But yeah, that's the reason why I have all that stuff. I have to credit her with that insight. Otherwise, I would have been like every other kid and thrown it all away. So let's take a look at the inside. Now this was a ship that got played with a lot. So there we can take a look at some of the stickers. You know, those are all original. There's nothing reproduction here. Nothing was lost from my childhood. It's all still here. There's the game ball, or the game ball. That's combining the lightsaber ball with the game table. If you look really closely, you can see some red on the pegs, and that's because I marked my figures with red to differentiate that between my brothers and mine. Now you'll see there's a little spline there for typical Kenner. Has a plastic reed that goes around, so you can put your action figure inside there and shoot the gun. Looking at the top, we have our radar dish that does rotate. It does pop off. It's kind of a two-piece deal. Now, the landing gear do go up and down, and as a kid, I never did that. I just always kept the landing gear down because I didn't want to break it. But the door here is a bit of a feat to try to get down. And so it's got these little tabs right there that hold things into place. And it was really never stayed quite well. Of course, now it's going to stay. So there you can see there's Han Solo and Chewbacca. These are my childhood toys. And Han, and I have to duck in order to go in. And there goes the ramp. It wouldn't come out, so I had to pause the video, and now it won't stay in. Funny. And of course, Chewbacca, he's pretty tall for that. Open that up. Now, the stickers did happen to come undone. They were starting to dry out and peel up, and I ended up using some glue stick and sticking them back together. I'm going to pause this here. Okay, so there we have it. And you can see it's a pretty tight quarters. Now, when Hasbro created the Power of the Force version of this, they used the exact same mold and they changed the figures. So you can see how little room there is for these vintage figures. The Power of the Force figures were beefed up like Lou Ferrigno from The Incredible Hulk, and they didn't fit in there worth a hoot. So I'm glad Hasbro created a larger version of the Falcon. And if you're wondering, I do not own any other Millennium Falcons. There was only one Falcon in the movie, not as opposed to numerous A-Wings and X-Wings and Y-Wings and so forth, but there was only one Millennium Falcon. So that's all I have. I have no need for anything else, as this one brings me enough joy. Now let's take a look at the false floor. So incidentally, that just snaps right down into place. So Hasbro was really ingenious. Here's the top of the Falcon, and the false floor just fits right in there. There you can see I marked my thing with red, and it just slides in, held in by those pegs. There's my red marking from when I was a kid. And so you can hide a figure in there. If you recall on the Death Star, when they were brought in with a tractor beam, that they had to hide from the stormtroopers. And so that's a pretty slick idea. I didn't use it a whole lot as a kid, but it's really fun. And then you just put this right back in. You'll see that they sort of etched the place where it should go, which is nice to help guide the kids. where it should fit in, and it just slips right into place. And of course there's plenty of spaces here. There's foot pegs, which they were rather ingenious when they designed that. So that's really all of the features of the ship other than the electronics. So here you'll see this little door that opens up, and it shows you we're going to have positive and negative. Okay, so we'll put the negative in there. And this is the only ship I haven't had to take apart to get to make a noise. It will work. There we go. Just takes quite a bit of pressure. I see there's some corrosion I need to clean up right there on the contact. So obviously I didn't do that before I put together the video. So here we have where the landing gear is. You can see I marked mine red. This landing gear folds up, and then all you have to do is just press those tabs in like so. Squeeze it in gently, and that's pretty much it. So there is the Millennium Falcon, underside of it. Now as far as the top part goes, all you have to do is take this piece here and then just slide that in, and then simply grab that, and now you can fly your ship. And then turn your cannon and so forth. And break your radar dish. And for those of you wondering, the radar dish comes in a couple pieces there. So we have here, this thing hinges on, and it's made of very soft plastic, so it's not a big deal if it does come apart. See there, it's got some grooves there, and that just slips right in like so. So it's not like the landing gear, which is made of that brittle styrene plastic. This is more of an ABS. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you do, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. So I'll be putting together some more videos on comparison between Return of the Jedi figures, that produced by Kenner, and those produced by Hasbro. So be looking for those in upcoming series. Take care and have a great week.